one of my favorite stories to share that happened relatively early in my ambassadorship was when I heard from colleagues, including Secretary Pete Buttigieg, our Secretary of Transportation, that they were having problems getting baby formula. There was a factory in Michigan that had to close down because it had developed a bacteria in its manufacturing process that was making infants very sick, and in a couple cases had killed some infants. It just so happened that I had a pre-scheduled meeting with the chairman and CEO of Nestle. And when I went there, they said, "Ambassador, we have a lot of baby formula here in Switzerland. We're just trying to figure out how to get it to the United States." And I said to them, "Well, I think I'll probably be able to arrange military air support," in which case I went to my car and panicked a little bit because I had never offered military air support before, but I called the First Lady's office and they connected me with the Department of Defense. And together with the Department of Commerce and obviously the Department of State, we were able to coordinate with Nestle, getting 132 pallets of baby formula shipped to the United States in less than 96 hours. And those 132 pallets represented about 8 million servings of baby formula, which immediately helped alleviate the problem that we were facing. For any U.S. ambassador, first and foremost, our number one priority is the safety and security of Americans that live here or are visiting. Basically, if you have a U.S. passport, I am responsible for everything and to make sure that you are safe while you are in Switzerland and Liechtenstein. Thankfully, my two host countries make that very easy for me. But for any ambassador, we really focus on sort of, if you will, in three buckets of what our focus is. So first and foremost would be carrying out the president's agenda and national security goals and foreign policy goals through my meetings with interlocutors with the federal, cantonal, and city governments. So that takes up about a third of my time. I've made it to all 26 cantons within my first 10 months. So I can't say I've met with all the governments, but I certainly at least have been on their territory. And then another third of my time, I really focus on trade and commerce. I've been lucky to visit 200 Swiss companies on their site and get to know their operations, particularly the presence that they have in the United States, so I can better understand what sort of barriers or hurdles that they may face accessing our market and vice versa of U.S. companies that are here, big companies like Google, Procter & Gamble. And then the last third of my time, I focus on public diplomacy, so such as this interview. Going to schools, universities, speaking with the press, making sure that I'm visible to chambers of commerce and to other entities, because at the end of the day, diplomacy is a contact sport. Otherwise, we would be doing this over Zoom, and I don't think you would feel quite the same. So that's the way I really prioritize my ambassadorship. So many things that I really, really enjoy about this country. First, I would say as I came from Bern today, to look out the train on the left-hand side and see the beautiful Lake Geneva is always a breathtaking sight. But, you know, if I go to a higher level, I really have always appreciated the civility of Swiss people and families and business leaders that I've met, and that even though we may disagree on certain topics, we're still able to have dinner, we're still able to have coffee, and we're still able to come together and have a conversation. I think at the end of the day, if you can't get together and have a conversation with the people that you meet or that you disagree with, you're never going to move each other. You're just pointing fingers, and that's never productive. So I've very much enjoyed that. But as I said, I've really enjoyed visiting all 26 cantons and getting the sense of their identity, their flavor, and their uniqueness. That's been really special.